Well, let's start with COPPA. Companies is the appropriate term. It's commercial organizations. It doesn't cover government. It doesn't cover not-for-profit. Although I would say to you that the not-for-profit services collect an enormous amount of data and should be covered by these regulations. In any case, if they put in their privacy policies that they adhere to these regulations, then they need to comply with them because they've put that out to the public within their policies. So first off, it's commercial organizations. What sorts of organizations? Well, are you directed to children? Is your service deemed directed to children? Now, what does that mean? I'm directed to children. Well, do my, content, does it attract children? Am I marketing directly to children? Does it say right there, this is a service for 8 to 12-year-olds? It's a toy. So there's lots of ways to determine if you are directed to children. And early on, when the law came out, it was categorized as directed to children or general audience or really adult oriented, not directed to children in any way. A general audience service would be, many places that you would go. You could go to the Home Depot and that would be general audience, right? They're not, they could have children, teens, adults engaging with their platform. So directed to children is really key. Several years after the law had gone into place, organizations came out and said, this is really confusing. We really have this mixed audience category. Yes, we're directed to children. We have a disproportionate number of kids over what children's percentage in the general population, but we don't have all kids. And so we need a mixed audience category. So child directed then says, are you primarily directed to children? Or do you offer a mixed audience that, yes, I'm directed to children, but I have plenty of teens. Perhaps I have young children and adults, their parents. So it becomes a little more, you have to do some investigation of yourself as an operator, as a commercial operator. Who am I really directing my content to? And who's coming to me, whether I like it or not? So directed to children is a really key aspect. And here's a key distinguisher. If you are child directed, primarily directed to children, you don't have the luxury of putting up an age gate and letting people fib to you. You're deemed to be a child if you come to the front door and they have to treat you as a child. If you are mixed audience, then the age gate becomes very important. And then the problem is that the age gates are dumb. They're not very smart. They take what somebody says on the other side and they don't do a tremendous amount of inspection. They need to get smarter and they need to be listening for children at the door and not leave their head in the sand. And when I'm referring to the company behind the gate itself. So, mixed audience gates now say, we can accept the answer at the gate as long as we don't hint to the child to be a certain age, as long as we don't let them just go back and change their age. So you might see a gate that you say, I'm 10, you get a screen that says, sorry, you can't participate. The child goes back, but the screen is locked for that 10. They lock that browser perhaps. If it's an app, they should lock out that device. They should lock out the uniqueness of that device from just fibbing at the gate and coming right back through the door with a different age.